Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Breaking news. It happened in seconds, yet the entire fandom is still screaming. Wang Yibo leaned in. Xiao Zhan didn't pull away. And before anyone could process what was happening, the kiss actually happened. Not on screen. Not in a drama. But in real life. In front of countless eyes. And the reactions absolutely explosive. No one expected that night to turn into the most talked about moment in the fandom's history. It was supposed to be a simple event appearance, Wang Yibo arriving with his usual calm charisma. Xiao Zhan carrying that soft warmth fans adore. They weren't even scheduled to stand together, let alone create a scene that would soon overshadow every headline across Weibo, Instagram, TikTok, and global fan communities. But fate had a different plan. Yibo had been in an unusually upbeat mood the entire evening. Reporters noticed it. Fans noticed it. Even the staff trailing behind him seemed confused by the extra spark in his smile. Xiao Zhan, on the other hand, looked comfortable in a way that only happens when he trusts the people around him. And maybe that's exactly why everything unfolded the way it did, naturally, unexpectedly, and with zero hesitation. The turning point came when both stars were asked to gather on stage for a group photo. A harmless request. Nothing unusual. Except that Yibo didn't stand where he was guided. He subtly drifted towards Xiao Zhan, ignoring the staff member pointing him in the opposite direction. Fans caught it immediately. Yibo's steps were intentional, too smooth, too direct. Like muscle memory guiding him toward a person he knows by heart. Xiao Zhan glanced up, surprised at how close Yibo ended up standing. The tension was electric, one of those moments where fans collectively stop breathing because they can sense something is about to happen. Cameras clicked. Light sticks waved in excitement. But the two men seemed to exist in their own quiet bubble, unaware of anything else. Then, suddenly, Xiao Zhan said something that made Yibo laugh. Not his polite laughter. Not the media-trained one. But that rare, unfiltered laugh fans only hear when he's genuinely happy. And it was this split second of softness that triggered the impossible. Yibo leaned in. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't forced. It wasn't even dramatic. It was natural, like a reflex, a familiar habit. And before Xiao Zhan could fully react, Yibo gently kissed him. Quick, warm, shockingly real. The stage froze. The crowd erupted. Fans screamed so loudly that the audio of countless recordings broke. Some cried. Some dropped their phones. Many thought they hallucinated, but no, the footage was undeniable. Phones captured it from multiple angles. Cameras caught Yibo's hand reaching instinctively for Xiao Zhan's arm as if steadying him after the surprise. Xiao Zhan's eyes widened, not in anger, not in confusion, but in the kind of stunned affection people show when something unexpected feels strangely right. People called it the moment that rewrote fandom culture, and they weren't wrong. Clips spread across platforms at lightning speed. Fans translated the footage into dozens of languages within hours. Even those who didn't follow entertainment found themselves dragged into the chaos. But what happened next would only deepen the mystery and intensify the emotions. Because the kiss wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. And that brings us to the real question: why did Wang Yibo dare to do it at all? To understand the weight of that moment, fans must look back at the history between them, those subtle glances, the soft smiles, the protective gestures that fueled years of discussions across fandom spaces. The Untamed wasn't just a drama, it was a cultural wave. And behind the scenes, Yibo and Xiao Zhan developed a bond that never quite faded, no matter how busy their individual careers became. People often forget how much pressure they endured after the drama's explosive success. Xiao Zhan faced storms that would have broken anyone else. And during those dark months, fans quietly noticed something. Wang Yibo never distanced himself. He never erased Xiao Zhan from his narrative. In fact, he did the opposite, supporting him silently, consistently, often in ways only attentive fans could spot. A shared bracelet, a synchronized posting pattern, a subtle mention in an interview that he missed working with someone who understood him. Those crumbs were small, but meaningful. So when Yibo kissed Xiao Zhan on stage, it wasn't a spontaneous stunt. It felt like an emotional exhale, years of unspoken tension collapsing into one unapologetic action. Fans also recalled a moment from an older interview where Yibo once said, "When I'm happy, I act without thinking too much." And that night, he was undeniably glowing with happiness. But there was another layer one fans didn't see until later. After the event, several reporters noticed that Yibo stayed unusually close to Xiao Zhan backstage. He kept touching his shoulder, leaning in, speaking softly as if trying to reassure him. Meanwhile, Xiao Zhan kept smiling in this shy but relaxed way that melted anyone watching. Their chemistry wasn't staged. It wasn't media-driven. It looked real, beautifully, terrifyingly real. And as the smoke of the initial chaos settled, fans started analyzing the micro-expressions, the hand placements, the soft laughs. The more they watched, the clearer it became. Wang Yibo didn't kiss Xiao Zhan for attention. He kissed him because in that moment, he simply couldn't hold back anymore. But the story doesn't stop here, because the aftermath was far more dramatic. The next morning, the internet felt like a battlefield of emotions: joy, disbelief, confusion, pure hysteria. Clips of the kiss had already hit millions of views. Global news outlets covered it. Fan artists created breathtaking illustrations overnight. Editors made cinematic compilations of their relationship timeline, pairing it with songs that made everyone cry. But the biggest shock came from the silence of the two men at the center of it all. Neither Wang Yibo nor Xiao Zhan released an official statement. No denial. No clarification. No PR cleanup. Nothing. That silence was louder than any explanation.